Hi everyone. A few days ago I lost all my YouTube videos from the last 3 years, 30 videos. I did not delete them. So life's very interesting these days. I can't say exactly what happened. I know that I did not delete them. I didn't make a mistake or anything like that. There's just been weird influence, part of the game for people putting themselves out there, with the sword raisings. Suddenly, my sword raisings announcements wouldn't send. The ones that I send 3 times a week, where Michael's Warriors of Light all raise the sword at the same time for various issues to transmute the energy from darkness into light. We've been doing this for over 2 years, and suddenly it just stopped sending. And I would send a different email to the group that has nothing, a test email, and it would send. But when I send it with the raising announcement, would not send. So I had to find a way around that. And I'll find a way around this. I want to look at it as a reset. My work is shifting. I'm got, my new book, working on my new book. It'll be out hopefully later this year. And I want to move forward and just accept these little blips. And it just I was upset when it first happened, of course, but the next day, I was on a kayak and see a mother and baby wail together in the bay, and pretty shallow water at times, and for about an hour and a half, and it just, it's all perspective. It just put everything into perspective. I just say to everyone that I know so many are being challenged in just crazy, impossible ways. I'm right with you, and I hope you aren't, but if you are, I'm right with you. I get it. I know what it's like, and I want to say, just hold on. As we know, things can shift on a dime, and we are all here to be here for these times. And as I said before, it's so key to stay high vibe as possible. Always holding that potential perspective that will lift you out of your sadness and upset and fear and pain, all of that. To really be, open your hearts to every little joy, every possible happiness to get you through these times. Seeing the higher perspective is absolutely key. To stay out of fear, know that we are here for this, and I believe with my whole heart we will succeed, as the light will win. But when will that happen? When will we reach that tipping point? It depends on each and every one of us. And honestly, I could be absolutely paralyzed, emotionally, physically, everything right now. And I just choose to keep going and not let the dark win, because that's exactly what they want. We are under attack in many ways. And that's why I say it could be entities messing with our thoughts, dark people. There are actual dark people that could be trying to bring us down. I've experienced it in the worst way possible, and yet I keep going, and I stay in a state of love, and it doesn't change anything. It only makes me stronger. I can honestly say I am stronger for what I've gone through, as difficult and painful as it has been. So it's all about perspective, putting things in perspective, knowing what you do know. I just had this conversation with a dear friend here on the island about belief systems, that it's almost good to not have beliefs, because our beliefs are changing. And the more we know, we realize almost the less we know, because there's so much we just truly don't have any clue, because so much is hidden from us. So to stay neutral and to be in that place of trusting your heart, your guidance, your higher self, whatever you go to get through challenges. I love connecting with my angels. My angels, I honestly, lately, it's been absolutely insane the number of signs I see from them. Just coins alone on a daily basis. I was just at the bank just now, and there's a quarter by my car. You know, like, it'll be okay. But it's in every way. When my dear friend channeled for me that Archangel Michael, when I was going through what was a very difficult situation, he said, I'm not just with you, I'm in front of you, you know? So I went to Michael the Archangel, St. Michael the Archangel Church in Kona. I go there often and just stand by a statue, because every time I go there, something magical happens, usually connected with a friend texting or calling, and just like amazing timing. And this time I wanted to take a picture of the statue from the back. So I wanted that image of him in front of me, you know, that he has my back, right? So I went and ran an errand, come back, and you know, walk on the road toward the statue. I'm about 200 feet from my car on that little road, and there was nothing in the road. I mean, I walked right by it. Yet when I got in my car and drove out, right where I had walked by just seconds before, there was a white hat. A white, pure, clean, nothing on it, just a brand spanking new white cap, like a baseball cap. And I got the message immediately. The white hats, right? The white hats. Those that are of the light, that are revealing the truths about the darkness, the white hats. And whether it's on a huge level, the real brave people that are right on the front lines, or all of us light workers that are doing our parts from wherever we are in the world, transmuting the light, to me it's all white hats. And that was symbolism of all times, right after he said, I have your back, you know? So that meant so much to me, and there's just been so many signs like that keep me going. You know, our angels are wanting to help us through these times, but we have to ask. We have free will, and they can't just interfere. So just ask them for help. I was just writing someone who was going through a very difficult time and felt they weren't around, and felt the angels weren't around them. And I know what that feels like at times, when you're just, you can even go into fear and pain and all that, and you can't even begin to see them. And what I said is, just keep calling for them. Even if you don't think they're hearing you, they are. They really are. Keep talking to them. Just keep it up, keep it up. Connect with your heart, and you'll get through it. Honestly, there is so much help, so much support. And honestly, being here in Hawaii, the highlight is definitely the beings in the sea. The dolphins especially. I've had just incredible experiences. I never dreamed it would be like this. I knew I had to see them. And they are so beyond what I ever imagined. There's so much we don't know. even people who have spent years and decades studying them, we just don't know. And it's just fun to ponder what these amazing beings are doing. I mean, one time I saw them in the water, and it was like, when a bunch of seagulls gather, to get food in one place, like hundreds, and it's just that, that all of a sudden, like, these dolphins were making that sound, and that's not what they normally sound like. It was like some jubilation. And I swear something was going on that we don't know, and they know. Like something positive in the world, and they somehow know. They're so intelligent, so amazing. But it's fun to ponder. One day I hope to know more. One day at a time. That's a message I've been getting since I planned to come to Hawaii. Just take one day at a time. And I'm really not trying to plan too much. Just taking it one day at a time, as we all are, because things are volatile right now, and it's the best advice I can give to navigate through these times is to go right to the heart for the answers, because when we're in the mind too much, we're not with our greatest wisdom, and it can be influenced, as I've talked about before several times. Our thoughts can be influenced. So of course we need our brains to survive, but we are learning to bring it down into our heart, our focus into our heart, where we have the answers. And sometimes it's hard to get to that place when you're in the midst of some upset or whatever is going on. But again, just call for help and keep tuning in. Michael says, put your hand on your heart, having that tactile reminder, and connect. And it's truly amazing, the answers that come through. And if I sound like a broken record, I keep bringing this up, as Michael has taught through my books about connecting with the heart. If I do sound like a broken record, I won't apologize for it, because frankly, I need the reminders all the time. I need the reminders. So if I need the reminders, even though Archangel Michael's told me a million times, then I assume that there's some of you that would benefit with that reminder. So you can fast forward through this. I'll talk about this in the book, but I think we're in a time where even common sense is sometimes out the window. We may be doing things that common sense wouldn't say do. I mean, I shouldn't be on the island of the Big Island, financially speaking, say, but my heart guided me here. Michael guided me here, my heart guided me here, my soul guided my higher self, all of it. I knew I had to be here. Everything was pointing to it, and he actually made it easy to get here. It hasn't been easy the whole time. Like I said, some huge challenges that really test the New Islanders. It's tough energy here, but yet it's also divine energy. I've been meeting amazing people. Just blows my mind on a daily basis. Very high vibe place. So anyways, I'll leave you with that, and I wish you all a wonderful end of winter and going into spring and renewal. And please don't get caught up with mainstream news and all the fear and hype about the latest virus. If you really go down that rabbit hole, you know that this is not something that is not fabricated. We'll put it that way. It's all by design. It's been done before. Please don't get into the fear of it. Just do what you can. I mean, I don't worry about the actual virus. What I worry about is everyone's reactions to it. And, you know, we all have to take care of ourselves, do what we feel we need to do, but don't fear, you know, don't go into the fear, because that just heightens, and everyone, you know, it just takes us where they want us to be, you know, be in fear, be in, you know, the conquer and divide energy, getting us all upset, you know, with each other, and just so done with that. Just let's love each other. We don't have to go to tea or have lunch with everyone, but just let's have peace, you know, just keep moving toward peace, being neutral as much as possible, being open to new beliefs, and being in a state of love in our hearts. Thank you. So being in Hawaii has been a very unusual and unexpected experience. All I knew was about the dolphins. I'd never been to this particular island, the other islands before. But it was guided, and I knew I had to be on the big island, and felt a draw anyways for a long time. And what I've found is, yes, there is the paradise side of Hawaii. I mean, look at this view, right? And the people are so warm, and there's just so many beautiful things about Hawaii, but there's also a lot of darkness, and just like there is everywhere. But there's something going on here. There's a focal point where many light workers are being drawn here to help shift and transmute the darkness of the past. I mean, that's happening everywhere. But I know a lot of you who are also feel like you've had past lifetimes here, Lemuria. It is all about bringing Lemuria back here. And that's why so many of us are feeling called. It's like every day things are coming together more and more. And what I've gone through here has been most unexpected. From the extreme highs, so unexpected, to the extreme lows, also very unexpected. But it's still a privilege to be here. I mean, it's so many light workers I've met are traveling. They're here, and they can come in another couple months. They just feel drawn, and I feel like when I do decide it's time to leave, I will be back, because I don't know how I can just leave and not come back here. There's just this pull. If I think about leaving, it's just like, I don't know. But I will do what's necessary. I think there's another step to, another area that I need to be to complete this book. So I'm just going to go with the wind of my soul, and with Michael's guidance, figure it all out. But I'm in a state of total surrender right now, not knowing what's next. And I actually appreciate living that way. So, and I know a lot of you are feeling the same way, and so many people I've met are rethinking their jobs, their professions, tired of all the stress, the 9 to 5, and finding new ways more than ever. People are just getting burned out, and things have to shift. Things have to shift with the whole rich-poor divide, the whole royalty, common man divide. Because as I mentioned in my other video, this really is about stepping into our royalty, the kings and queens of the new earth we are creating. I mean, if you told me even a few years ago I'd be writing a book like this, But I'm telling you, it has come together with so much synchronicity, and everyone I tell resonates, they get it. It's really powerful and validating. Um, you know, when I wrote Michael's Clarion Call and The New Sun, those books were about things I didn't know, I never heard before, and yet I had to trust. It wasn't easy, but I had to just trust and gain the confidence to put it out there. And everything that Archangel Michael said is coming true about this world, where we are, where we're headed. Um, you know, that things that don't resonate with the new energies are going to fall, and that's what's happening. As you know, we don't always hear about it. We sure aren't going to on the mainstream news, but things are shifting. Um, the dark corporations and governments and in the banking industry, all these things are shifting around because they simply have to. We can't keep going the way we've been. We're ready for a new way, but it takes all of us. We can't just sit and just assume it's going to happen. We have to each do our part, and we all have our calling. Many are not fulfilled in the work they do, and you know, and working so hard and just struggle. You know, we're all just kind of done with it, right? And finding ways to not have to struggle. It's so important to be aware of the conquer and divide energy. It's so prevalent. It's been used for eons of time for the dark to take over. And it's happening big time now, you know, politically and all these, you know, games, and it's, you know, everyone's so interested in, you know, how you feel politically. And honestly, I only once got involved in politics when I didn't want, just because she's a woman, to get in the White House. I did not want that to happen, and I did take a stand politically, but generally, politics is such a corrupt game. It's not the politics of our past that we grew up with. It's not that that was great either, but it's gotten very dirty. And it's not a subject I even like to talk about. But yet, so much conquer and divide with that, right? And just as I talked about before, how entities and attachments can mess with our thoughts, and things that have been going fine all of a sudden have so much turmoil because of dark influence. And all we have to do is be aware of that and you know, reject the thoughts or whatever that aren't ours. That's as simple as it is. And just really fill yourself with light, and those around you, just keep visualizing light, visualize the positive aspect of what's going on. If you're going through something like this, don't feed what they want, which is the conquer and divide. They want light workers unhappy so they can't spread their light. It's part of the game, and they're so desperate now, you know. So I tell my close friends, you know, always tell me if there's something wrong or you like something feels funny to you, just talk to me, because so much happens in our thoughts, you know, that and they might not be ours. Just bring it down here to the heart, and you know who you know. Whether it's a family member or a friend or your lover, you know. Say in your heart, which has the greatest wisdom. This always gets us into trouble. I know, because I have a monkey mind, you know, and I think too much. And when a dark thought comes, well, I don't want to say dark, but a thought that's negative, that's not really what I feel, comes into my mind, I'm like, wait, I don't feel that. And you redirect. I made that video about the Merkaba because the Merkaba was something I was led to really protect yourself, and it works. And of course, raising Michael's sword, always. with his protection. Just call him in if you, anytime you wish to, for protection. But this is so important now. All us light workers are needed. We need to be, you know, we're all going through our stuff. We're all releasing things that we need to release and finishing up karma and all that. But we don't need added pain and misery and all for no good reason. You know who you know. And just stay strong, stay full of light, and keep watch of this so that you don't have to experience something like this. But I'm telling you, so many people I talk to in some level have gone through. And when I talk to psychotherapists or channels or people who are dealing with, their clients, that are in turmoil, this is a very common thing going on right now. And that's why I keep talking about it, because it's so unnecessary and causes so much damage versus just rejecting those thoughts and literally there's dark people trying to bring us down. I've had horrible, horrific experiences. But the answer is always to stay in a state of love. Find the joy every day, no matter how difficult a time you're going through. I've learned this really well, unfortunately. So I guess that's what Michael wanted me to talk about too, because so many are going through this. And, but it's all growth. It's all soul growth, which is what we're here for. We're here to grow our souls. And if everything is perfect and, happy, we don't grow, and we're in a very challenging time, but the magic is so phenomenal, the magic is what keeps us staying high vibrational. I honestly, every single day, these days, I'm blown away by the synchronicities. And my history with synchronicity. But I'm just still like a little kid. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, what were the chances of that? For instance, I bought, I didn't buy, I had a couple copies of I Can See Clearly Now. I went to storage to get them for some friends. And I stopped, I parked where I normally park after getting them. And right there is a yellow balloon. Now, if you know about my book, I Can See Clearly Now. It has a big yellow balloon on it. I mean, what are the chances that there's going to be a yellow balloon right when I'm parking? And then I took some pictures of it to show these people, my friends, what happened. And as soon as I was done with the pictures, someone came and took the balloon. So, I mean, if I were there a minute or even seconds later, I may have missed that opportunity. It was so divine. I know the angels were orchestrating. But oh gosh, it was just so amazing. And it just lifted my spirits, as well as my few friends that I gave these books to. So I could just go on and on. Of course, it's all going to be in the book. The book's going to be very magical because, it's things like that. It's just like, no matter what's going on, it keeps you very high vibe when you notice these things. Because the angels manipulate matter. Even our past loved ones can. And certainly Archangel Michael, he's the pro. He's just always doing these things, and it just helps to see the higher picture, that to lift you up from the darkness, the heaviness, So, I mean, there's one thing I hope you go away with, focus message today is to look for that magic.